The morning of March 11, 2025 dawned like any other in Pakistan, but by midday, a chilling news report sent shockwaves across the nation. Militants belonging to the Balochistan Liberation Army, or BLA, had hijacked the Jafar Express, a passenger train en route from Quetta to Peshawar. This audacious attack, marked by its brazenness and brutality, once again brought the volatile province of Balochistan into the national spotlight. The attack began with a deafening explosion that reverberated through the remote Bolan district. The blast, later attributed to a powerful bomb planted on the railway track, derailed the Jafar Express as it made its way through the rugged mountain terrain. The train, carrying hundreds of passengers, ground to a halt inside Tunnel Number 8, a narrow passage that would become the setting for a terrifying hostage situation. Armed militants stormed the derailed carriages, their sudden appearance sowing panic and confusion amongst the trapped passengers. Witnesses would later describe scenes of chaos and terror as the militants, shouting slogans and brandishing weapons, took control of the train, herding passengers together and cutting off all communication with the outside world. The hijacking of the Jafar Express was a stark reminder of the precarious security situation in Balochistan, a province grappling with a long and bloody insurgency. As news of the hijacking spread, a sense of dread and uncertainty gripped Pakistan. Conflicting reports emerged about the number of hostages held captive by the BLA. The Balochistan Liberation Army, in a statement released shortly after the attack, claimed to have taken 182 people hostage. They released women, children, elderly passengers, and ethnic Baloch individuals, but the exact number of those remaining captive was unclear. A railway official, speaking on condition of anonymity, suggested the number could be as high as 450, including a significant number of women and children. The hijacking threw the lives of hundreds of families into turmoil, their anxieties amplified by the lack of reliable information. Frantic relatives gathered at train stations in Quetta and Peshawar, desperate for news of their loved ones. The government, struggling to establish contact with the hijackers, faced mounting pressure to secure the safe release of the hostages. Adding to the tension, the BLA, known for its uncompromising stance against the Pakistani state, issued a chilling warning. They threatened to execute all the hostages if the Pakistan military attempted any rescue operation. The hijacking of the Jafar Express brought into sharp focus the long-standing issue of insurgency in Balochistan. Pakistan's largest and most sparsely populated province, Balochistan, has been plagued by violence and instability for decades. The Baloch people, who constitute a majority in the province, have long harbored grievances against the central government, accusing it of political marginalization and economic exploitation. The discovery of vast reserves of natural gas, coal, and minerals in Balochistan further fueled the resentment, with the Baloch people feeling they were being denied their fair share of the province's wealth. This sense of disenfranchisement provided fertile ground for the emergence of separatist movements, with groups like the BLA taking up arms against the Pakistani state. The BLA, designated as a terrorist organization by Pakistan, the United States, and the United Kingdom, has been waging an armed struggle for an independent Balochistan for over 2 decades. Their tactics, often involving attacks on security forces, government installations, and economic targets, have been condemned internationally. However, the group enjoys considerable support amongst certain segments of the Baloch population who view them as freedom fighters struggling for their rights. The hijacking of the Jafar Express sent shockwaves not just through Pakistan but also through the international community. Condemnations poured in from world leaders, urging the Pakistani government to ensure the safe release of the hostages and bring the perpetrators to justice. The incident underscored the precarious security situation in Balochistan and the challenges faced by the Pakistani state in addressing the root causes of the insurgency. The attack also highlighted the vulnerability of Pakistan's infrastructure to terrorist attacks, particularly in Balochistan, where vast stretches of sparsely populated terrain provide safe havens for militant groups. As the hostage crisis unfolded, the Pakistani government faced a delicate balancing act. Any forceful attempt to end the standoff risked provoking the BLA, potentially endangering the lives of the hostages. Yet, inaction would embolden the group, further undermining the writ of the state. The hijacking of the Jafar Express, with its tragic human cost and far-reaching implications, served as a stark reminder of the complex challenges facing Pakistan, a nation grappling with terrorism, insurgency, and political instability.